You're listening to Flipping Fantastic Podcast, the number one all-female reselling podcast with Mo and Amy. Hello and welcome to Flipping Fantastic episode 87. I'm Mo87 official.
Hi, and I'm Amy, Beach by Repeat. How are you guys? Welcome back.
Hello.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Yeah, Flipping Friday, Flipping Fantastic Friday.
Fantastic Fridays.
It's
Yes.
not really Friday for
How was
us,
your week?
but
Yeah, I know. How was your week, Mo? Your weekend?
my weekend was tiring because I'm doing my ghost thing. I am not alone on an island. We just do some ghosty tours for the month of October to raise
Yes.
money for the state park.
The state park, that's what it is. I thought it was
Yeah,
what is the place you go to? What's it called again?
Fort Delaware.
Fort Delaware. And it was
Mhm.
it was a prison or a hospital? What
But
was it?
it was a fort, but they used it as a prison during the Civil War.
Oh,
But it's been a
oh, okay.
fort since the Revolutionary War. But most of the structures that there's Civil War era. That's how when they do their living history during the day, it's Civil
Yeah.
War. So
Wow. So, so what'd you do? What kind of cool stuff did you guys do? I need all
well,
the
we just
spookiness because it only lasts for a couple weeks.
I know, right? The ghosts go home after October. They
That's true.
we just people come and we have our equipment out and we let them kind of experience a ghost hunt, if
Really?
you will. Yeah. So we have
Huh?
different areas of the fort because it's old and rickety. So, and it's dark and not that I haven't tripped over something in the dark there a million times. So, we have to be careful with people. But
Yeah.
so we have areas, and every 20 minutes, you go to a different area. It's just a taste. It's not like if we went there by ourselves, what we do, but it is, we try and give
Uh-huh.
them the best experience. So, but yeah,
But
it's
what is it
fun.
you're doing? You have like those things. What are those little machines called that show the white noise or you can hear? I don't know. What are those things called?
Yeah, well, we have them. Yeah, they call them spirit box. Yeah, it's just white. Yeah,
Spirit
radio
box.
white noise. K2
Uh-huh.
meters, which just those are the ones that light up, show electromagnetic activity if there's any of that. We have
Yeah.
there's all kinds of REM pods, motion detectors. We put all kinds of stuff out. It depends on where we are
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because there's different areas. So some things are better for one area and some things are better for another.
What is
But
that thing that people are looking for? That's like it's like that bolo that people, they sell for like $1,000. It's one of
what?
those like recorders. I've seen it on some other ghost things that people look for these on eBay.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
yes, actually, I'll pull one up. See if I can find it on there. Yes, it's a just like a voice recorder, like you would dictate, like if you were like doing voice
Yeah,
notes. It's from like the 80s or 90s or something. And it is
yeah.
oh gosh, I can't. Yes, they sell for
It's
like
hard to find from what
two
I've heard.
grand. It is.
Yeah.
Most of the ghost shows will have one. It sounds like garbage
Hmm.
half the time. Um,
Oh, really?
but
Do you guys have one?
no, no,
Oh, I
um, no, because you can't find one, and then it's like a couple grand,
yeah.
you know.
I
And
didn't know if you
honestly,
guys had one in your arsenal.
um,
You
no, we don't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nobody
Yeah.
has bought one. I'm trying to look and see if there's one on here.
On eBay right
Um,
now or something?
no, that's
Yeah, I
not
think that's cool.
it.
I forgot what they're called, but everyone's like, "Look for them at yard sales and estate sales," you know?
Oh yeah. Um,
I gue
I
I
can't
guess
remember.
they're I wonder what it is about it that, like, captures, like, ghost sounds or something? It's like a different
Somebody
frequency? It's
It's
Somebody what?
it's the white noise seems to be what helped, and that it's just such a bad recorder. It really is a bad
Uh-huh.
recorder, I mean, it's old, it's bad. I don't see that particular one. I can't remember exactly what it's,
Yeah, what it's called.
yeah, there's a bunch of other ones, Panasonic RR, but that's not it. I can't remember what the is it like a D15, something like that. Um,
I don't know. The last time I heard someone talk about it was, what, like Forest or something on Astonishing Legends. They
oh
were
yeah,
talking about
mhm,
it. I
yeah.
think I think Scott or Forrest bought one. I think they found one,
Wow.
or they're
It's
looking
really
for I don't remember.
it's really hard to find one. Like you'd have to put an alert up.
Mhm.
And I'm not in the market for that.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you do find one, I'll find the actual DV.
take a picture of one or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So that's a bolo. See, we turned ghost hunting into reseller information. Panasonic
honestly,
voice
if
recorder.
you find any kind of ghost hunting equipment, put it up because we're talking about this. So a lot of it is just somebody makes it, they put it on one of these ghost stop. There's like Ghost Stop, and there's a ghost hunting store in Jersey. And it's the markup on this stuff is so ridiculous. Like, um, there's these things that they're just motion detectors, but they're like music box. So they'll play, you know what I mean? So if you walk in front of it, something moves in front of it, it's gonna play music.
Oh, okay.
There are some on some of these sites that are like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm talking like 700 bucks. Ridiculous. I don't know
Wow.
actually what they are now, but like people were making them and put them on Etsy and stuff for like 100. I'm like, okay, that's more reasonable, even though there's some there's some couple or something that does them that they 3D print a box. There's nothing to them. There's a motion
Oh,
detector and a little, the little music, little music box thing.
yeah.
That's it.
That's
The
interesting.
markup is like ridiculous because we're always trying to figure out. I'm like, we got to reverse engineer this stuff. But if you find any kind of
Uh-huh.
something that you think is like ghost hunting equipment, um, you have to,
Buy it and
uh, yes, put it up because, oh, DR60, that's what it is. Hold on, let me see if there's any on. I don't think there's any on
Panasonic, I'm
DR60.
sure.
I couldn't remember
Panasonic
what the
DR60.
oh, I
I'm
did
gonna be
find
looking
one.
for those at the
I
estate
found one.
sales.
Let me put it up here for you. There's a few up here. There's a few.
Oh, there's a few for sale?
Yes, but let me show you what they're selling for. Oh,
Well, you gotta remember,
that's
I can't see it.
well, I know. I'll tell you. I'm just trying to put it up. The
Okay.
there's American version and there's a version that was sold and made in Japan.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes these are coming from Japan.
Mhm.
And I am screen sharing it. So Amy, it is uh this one is starting bid 2100. You can buy it now for
Oh,
2800. So,
wow. And
and
is
the
it does it
person
say
that's
parts
selling
only
it
or does
only
it say
has
working?
this, I guess this one's working because it doesn't say parts only, just says used.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
The
That's the
person
other thing.
selling it what?
I, they only have 11 feedback. Like they haven't, you know what I mean? I don't
Oh,
know if they've even sold anything. But like, anyway,
right.
so check Panasonic DR60. That's the one that people look for. I'm not paying for it because these things are old. I'm not paying $2,000 for something that could break tomorrow. You know what I mean? You could use
Right.
it once and it could break. And quite frankly,
Yeah.
some of the stuff that I hear on there is not, do you ever hear of pareidolia where the human brain is is just wired to see faces and stuff. So we see faces and things and everybody knows that. Oh, like that looks like a
Yeah.
face, whatever. So
Mhm.
a lot of like people, they give us ghost pictures and they're like, "Oh, do you see the face?" And we're like, "It's just pareidolia, I don't think anything's there."
Uh-huh.
But there's also kind of audio pareidolia, where there's a lot of static on these
Right.
things. And are you really hearing what you're saying? I mean, I have heard I've heard a few things that from one of these that I'm like was kind of impressed with, but not a whole lot. So, but
Right. Yeah.
if I found one, would I try it out? Yes. And then would I sell it?
Yeah.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't keep it.
Mhm.
I'd rather
Yeah.
use other stuff.
There's somebody on yeah, there's somebody on Instagram that I follow that she went to, like, a hotel or something in Alabama this past
Mhm.
weekend, and
Yeah.
she stayed in, like, the spookiest or, like, the most
Yeah, the
haunted
most haunted
part of
room.
that hotel,
Yeah.
and she stayed up until, like, 3 o'clock, and she was recording stuff,
Mhm.
and it was, like, on her face, and in the very beginning, you can hear and of course, it's that same kinda thing where you wanna hear voice, and
Mhm.
it sounds like you hear somebody say, "Help." You hear "help"
Yeah.
in the
Uh-huh.
very beginning, and I
Right.
listened to it many times, and you
Uh-huh.
hear, or at least
Yeah.
I wanna hear, I just hear,
Uh-huh.
"Help." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
creep."
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we have tons of stuff like that, and some of it more clear than others. But this thing is
Mhm.
it's not very clear. The other problem with this is, it's old. You can't hook it to your computer and put the do you know what I mean? You have
Oh,
to
yeah.
put your sound you have to put it up to a microphone, and it's the
Yeah.
theory is because it's so kind of crappy, and there's a lot of noise, that's why
Mhm.
more stuff comes through. The other thing is that you said it only records when there's someone talking. Like, because it
Yeah.
was like a voice note kinda thing. So it wouldn't record if you weren't talking. So, it
Uh-huh.
does record when nobody else is talking, what are those sounds, but a lot of people speculate that it is just the inner working and mechanism in it because it's not that great of a recorder. But
Right.
anyway, look for one.
And what
If
if
you
it
find it
yeah, and what if it was also like if it's a tape, a tape that you're recording on, what if you're like
Mhm.
reusing that tape and there's like a latent print of audio underneath that and then you're replaying
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
This one is digital. Um,
Mhm.
it's not a tape. It isn't a tape, but yeah, that
Oh,
too. That could happen. But this one
yeah.
isn't a tape one, this one's digital.
So
Yeah.
cool. So Panasonic DR60,
Yep.
keep an eye out. It's
Yeah.
small, right? It looks
Yeah,
like a small
it's
dictaphone
just
or
fits
whatever
in the
those things are
palm of
called.
your hand. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's small, fits in the palm of your hand, and it's, probably sold for 20 bucks.
Back then,
So,
yeah. Back in the
mhm.
'80s.
Yeah.
So now you can
I'm
get
trying to I'm
2,800
80s, 90s, I forget when it was, maybe
when it came
90s because
out.
it's digital. Yeah, I don't know when
'Cause
that
the
one came out,
digital,
but
yeah.
yeah.
That's still a long time ago, Mo.
It's definitely vintage.
90s was
You don't remind me.
that's awesome. So I guess you didn't go out yard sailing or anything because you had the spooky stuff?
No. There was yard sales, but man, oh, was I we call it Fort Hungover. I was just so tired, but
Fort hungover.
it was more I mean, we're always tired because it's like we're there for a long it was a lot of walking. You're talking mentally tired because you have to talk to people, public. You have to be
Mhm.
on. But this time of year, like, my allergies. I mean, I know your allergies are bothering me. Mine are like I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, oh, my head was completely clogged. So by
Uh-huh.
Sunday, I was just like, my throat was like kind of a little bit scratchy.
Yeah.
I didn't, but most of anyway, the community sales are only Saturdays anyway. So, and there were some, but I did not get up. I did not get up. I had an alarm, but
Yeah.
It's not.
I definitely went out. It was
Uh-huh.
like, this is the weekend that, like, all of
Yeah.
the communities were having their
Mhm.
community yard sale. Like,
That's nice, yeah.
so many that I couldn't go to them all. Like, I had to pick, like, which
Oh, that's
neighborhoods
awesome.
are
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I had to, like, cherry pick the good not the good ones, but the ones that would have stuff that I was looking for. So,
Right.
I coulda stayed out. I literally coulda stayed out all day if the sales would go on until, like, late afternoon. But I was able
Right.
to go to 3 thr I went to 3 community sales, yard sales, and one of them has, like, well, each one had hundreds of homes. One of them has, like, probably 3 or 400 homes in the community.
Mhm.
So, it was nice. Like, we were out the door at 7:40 because one's really close to our house, so it was nice, and then we went to there's a Mennonite church that's, like, I can actually see it from my, my window, like, the top
Yeah.
of it.
Uh-huh.
They have a sale and community sale, like, every spring and fall, and they have the best baked goods, like, that's what I look forward
Yum.
to, and
Mhm.
they have barbecue and stuff, so we went there, and but they didn't have any baked goods. I don't know why. 'Cause I think they're supposed to be having something later on, but I was looking forward to that. But I found a lot of good stuff. Like, not a ton of stuff, but I found, like, good stuff because I was trying to be picky about the things I'm getting because 'cause I'm kinda running
Right.
out of room.
Mm.
So I'm trying to look for, like, quick selling things.
Right. Mhm.
So it was nice to get some good stuff, and then, oh my gosh, Mo, we went to one sale. It was one of it was early in the morning, and this guy, I could tell from the road when we drove up, it was military stuff, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Yes," because that's one of our favorite things to pick up, and we get out of the car, and the guy is like you could tell he's kind of like I don't know if he was, like, having, like, anxiety about it, but once we started talking to him, he didn't
Mhm.
wanna sell his stuff. His wife was making him sell the stuff because he said I guess he's retired or he's just not in the military anymore because he had a
Yeah.
ton of his, like, uniform stuff there,
Mhm.
and you could just tell he didn't wanna get rid of it because he had I saw to the side, he had a pile of stuff and then that stuff, I could tell that I would want all of it, and I was like, "Oh, what's with that pile over there?" And he was like, "Oh, no, I'm not selling that stuff." So, literally, he must have been going through the yard sale and like, "I can't get rid of that," and, like, put it aside again. I thought it was funny. But I wanted to buy everything, but he was, like, pricing it, like, a little higher than I would wanna pay. Like, I would've bought it all. If he had said, like, everything is, like, $5 a piece, I would've just said, "I'll take all of it." But he
Right.
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to have, like, 20 for that jacket," and, I could just see the reluctance and wanting to get rid of all of it. It probably woulda
Yeah.
gave him, like,
Uh-huh.
complete anxiety to get rid of
Mhm.
it all. But I was able to pick up, like, 6 or 7 pieces of, like, military surplus stuff there,
Yeah.
and
That's cool.
I paid like, $60 there, and I'll probably get, I don't know, maybe 400 more, maybe more, because some of it was Patagonia, like, military issue Patagonia stuff, and so I was excited about that.
Ooh,
And
wow. I didn't know they had that.
mhm, yeah, it's like a I don't know, it's like a rain cover, I guess you would call it, like a rain jacket. I don't
Yeah.
know, I didn't look up the actual style code name, but
Mhm.
I was excited about that. And then, like I was saying that he was having anxiety about getting rid of his stuff. There was a little boy, he was probably like 7. He was over by one of the tables and he had something in his hand. And I could see the guy, because I was looking through the stuff, I could hear the guy say, "Did you want that?" to the little boy. And the little boy didn't say anything. And he's like, well, I mean, did you want that? And the dad said to the little boy, "Hey, is that something you want?" And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, "Yeah, because if you don't want that, I really don't want to sell that." It's like,
Oh,
oh my
man.
gosh. So he did. It was like Matt said it was like a machete or like some kind of a knife in like a case and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Mhm.
he took it and he put it in the garage. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I thought it was so funny. I was like, "Darn it, too bad he wasn't in the house and his wife was outside, because I probably would have been able to buy everything." She would have
Mhm.
been like, "100
She's
bucks, take it all."
she's probably like, "It's just sitting here, you know? Nobody else wants it.
Mhm.
So the kids don't want it, you know? What are we gonna do with
Exactly.
it?"
And he had lots of jackets, like, lots of military jackets, and you knew that he kept some, so why did he need, like I saw at least, like, 8 jackets out there that were from the military. I don't know why
Right,
he wanted it all.
right,
He
why do you need every
separation
single one of
anxiety.
them? That's yeah,
I
that's
know. So I was
and
tempted to
usually,
go back, like, at the end of the day
I
to
would
see if he still
say
had it, but I didn't.
that's the military mindset, what I feel would be drilled into them is less is more, you know, um, you only need the necessities, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it sounds
Yeah.
like he's got a little bit of a problem because I would, that to me, that would be like, they'd be like, okay, I don't need all this stuff. It,
Yeah.
it
But
seems the
maybe it was like a
antithesis of like,
nostalgia, you know? Like, maybe he was like, I don't wanna give up that part of my life that
yeah,
because
maybe.
maybe he's not in it anymore. Because you know
Right.
how there's people that are in the were in the military and they get out and they still keep that haircut because they don't wanna give up that military image, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know.
I just
I don't know.
it just seems to me like, everything's like everything has a place, everything's like in the military, you can't have a lot of stuff. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? You can't
Yeah. Yeah.
have a lot of stuff when you're going places and doing things, and I
Yeah.
just would think that I have two cousins whose husbands are currently in the army, and
Uh-huh.
they're in their 30s, well, 40s maybe, and,
Uh-huh.
late 30s, early 40s, and, anyway, I just need to tell them that when they retire, because 'cause they're looking to retire, like, soon, that they need to
To save their stuff.
yeah, yeah, sell it.
Yeah. Exactly. Make sure you get it. Make sure you
I
get
don't
it.
I mean, I don't need I
Especially
would
the,
just
like
tell them to sell it, yeah, uh-huh.
oh, yeah, 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 but you could buy it from them too, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I know. And then I bought, video games, Mo. I don't do video games, like, I don't
Right,
know I know nothing about video games.
mhm,
I have to look them all up. I
yeah,
went to one sale, and the guy had 2, like, totes, 2, like, I don't know, grocery bag totes filled with video games. There was, like, Xbox 360, and then Wii
mhm,
games, just, like, in their boxes or in their cases, just neat, and there was over I didn't know then, but I knew when I got home, there was over 75 games.
wow, how much
So
did
I
you
was like,
pay?
"Oh." I paid 100 bucks.
Yeah,
I just took the gamble because I saw a lot of, like, like, I saw PUBG and I saw, like, Rainbow Six and,
mhm,
those kind of, like,
right,
military type things.
right,
So I just bought them. I was like, "I'll just take the chance because 'cause I'm
mhm,
sure I'll at least make my money back."
right,
Well, I I came home. Well, I we whatever. We did I found a bunch of stuff. But anyway, from those games, I came home and then that next day, I went through them all and kinda cleaned the backs of them and stuff, and I probably took out, like, I would say, like, 12 to 15 of them were worth selling, like, individually, and then I was kinda bummed. I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna make my money back." So I said, "Well, I'll just list them on Commons." At $1 a piece, because I thought, "Somebody could sell them. I'm sure you can get at least $5 a piece for these games, which would be a couple $100."
right,
So I listed them on Commons, and I got a bunch of likes,
mhm,
and then the next day, somebody said, "Hey, I'll buy all of your Wii games for $30 plus shipping." Or he said, "I'll pay $45." And I
right,
said, "Okay, I'll do that." So I split them up, sold them to him for
uh-huh,
45, and it cost me, like, I think $8 to ship it.
yeah,
So then I took all of the other Xbox games, and I listed those back on commons, and I put them all in the box, taped the box up, and was about to go walk upstairs,
Yeah.
and they sold. They sold in 5 minutes.
Nice.
So, I made and I already listed all of the games that I was keeping, and I already sold
Yeah.
1. So, I made already I've already made made 40 no, I made 58 on commons. And I sold that other one for like 15. So what is that? 70,
Mhm, mhm.
72, 73.
Yeah, you pretty
So
much made
I've almost made all my money back.
money back,
So
yeah.
I'm stoked.
Nice.
I'm stoked to get rid of the not the bad games, but the like lower
The
end
rest.
games.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah, because
Sweet.
I was like, oh no, I made a bad buy. But I guess I'm glad I did because I have like Mario Kart Wii and some other like Mario Wii games and some I don't even know the Xbox games that were worth, but I'll
Right.
probably make at least another 150. So I
Mhm.
can't complain. But yeah,
Sweet.
it was it
That's
was it
awesome.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I know and then we went to the last community sale that we went to was at noon. It was after noon, Mo. And I was just like, why
Mhm.
are we going? There's not going to be anything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm glad we went because I found like Ninja blender replacement
Oh,
parts
okay, yeah.
for
Mhm.
for 5 for $5. It was a blender, the blade, and the top, and then it was
Mhm.
another, like, processor for, like, making dough, that whole thing. So,
Right.
the lady sold it to me for $5. I was stoked.
Those are
And then
great
I
because
found
I've sold parts of, parted out blenders like that before.
yeah, I know.
They
I
sell
was
pretty quick.
stoked, and they did yeah, that's the funny thing. I had just sold that exact blender part the day before on Bonanza. So, that's how I knew. I was like, "Oh, shoot. I'm gonna pick it up."
Bonanza.
So,
Mhm.
I know. And then I found a New Tags, Rourke. It's a jacket. It looks like a military style jacket,
Yeah.
but on the back it said Scorpions of Sahara, and it was, like, embroidered and stuff like that. It's like a men's jacket.
Mhm.
And, it was hanging up in the garage, and it was like, 12:30, and I spotted it, and I said, "Oh my gosh, they're probably gonna want a lot of money for this," because it was still new with tags. It still had the tag on it, Mo,
Wow.
and it was brand new, $129, and it was a large. It was a good size. So I asked them how much, and they said, "Oh, 15 bucks." And I
Mhm.
said, "Will you take 10?" Because I figured it'd been there all day. And they said, "Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take 10." I was like, "Sweet." I was stoked. I listed it yesterday for 80. And I don't think there's none
There's
listed
none
right
like
now.
it.
There's none listed right
Yeah.
now. They're all,
Okay. Yeah.
older.
Uh-huh.
So that just shows you that you can find stuff, you know, in the afternoon. And then
Absolutely.
another one,
Mhm.
the very last yard sale we went to, the lady was packing up her stuff, and I went to the rack and I saw a Marmot ladies jacket, like a rain jacket, but it was like longer and it had a hood and it was really nice.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I mean, Marmot's not as hot as it used to be unless
Well,
it's a
it's unless
tent.
it's that tent.
Yeah. And I said, "Oh, how much for the jacket?" And she's like, "It's the take it home price, so you can have it for $5." And I was like, "Sold, sold." So, I was stoked.
Sweet.
I was stoked. I
Awesome.
know, I know. And then I found some other stuff, sprinkled throughout, but
Mhm.
that last community sale uh, was fantastic just because people were packing up and didn't wanna take it
Right.
back in the house.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a good
Mhm.
time.
I
And
know,
people are
I
like,
know.
unless you're that one guy that did wanna get rid of anything, but the rest of them are like, "Yes, take it."
I know. I know, I
That's
was
sweet.
tempted to go back and just hope his wife was outside. I don't know.
Yeah, to take a bathroom break. Come on, what do you wanna get rid
Yeah.
of? I'll pay for
Well,
it.
so remember last yeah, exactly. Last week, remember we were talking about how I started that Bonanza my Bonanza booth?
Mhm.
And I've already had 2 sales on Bonanza in the last 6 days. So,
You're making me
I don't
wanna
know.
pay to be on Bonanza, but I don't wanna pay their fee. I'm not selling enough on eBay to justify going to Bonanza. I didn't
Yeah,
have too bad of a weekend. Um, like I said, I
uh-huh.
sold like 4 or 5 things, but yesterday was a bust. But because I didn't sell anything yesterday. Although I did list some stuff
Yeah.
that I had in, draft. But I did sell something while we were sitting here. Not
You
a big
did?
sale, $20,
What is it?
but it's one of those sales like that we kind of been talking. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? I should have put
What
it up.
is it?
Duh, Maureen.
Looks like spark
Duh,
plugs.
Maureen. Put it up here. I have my no, it's not sparkles. It is, hold on. Um,
Cookie cutters,
no. It is vintage,
pumpkin cutting tools.
it is
Mhm.
vintage Goody barrettes, the little snappy plastic ones
Oh,
that we wore when we were little, and it's not even a full
yeah.
it's on the card, and there would have been, 5 pairs, so 10 barrettes, but there is only,
Uh-huh.
7 barrettes on there. And I sold them for
Wow.
$20, so and I think I paid
That's
50 cents.
awesome.
I had after we started talking about we had some of the sellers that you turned me on to, like, Wish It Ain't Cheap, and then there's the other girl who I know she
Uh-huh.
buys a lot of, like, um, um,
Beauty
you know
supplies?
yes. But
Yeah.
I went to a estate sale, and they had some stuff out, and I bought a can of rate card, and because it was like
Oh, okay.
it was 2 for a dollar. So I was like I saw these
Okay.
Bretts, I was like, "I'll get the Bretts," and then I bought a can of rate card. But I've sold both of them in, like, the last couple weeks.
That's
So
awesome. How much
and
did
I
you
sold
sell the right guard for?
for, like, $20.
Yeah,
Well, no,
that's
not
awesome.
20. Maybe it was a little over 10 plus shipping, so and then
Mhm.
this one, did I put free sh yeah, this one was free shipping, but it'll be a few bucks, you know?
Yeah.
And, like,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
missing, but they're vintage, they're, like, such, like, 70, early '80s colors, they're, like, blue, pink, and yellow.
Oh, wow. Did they have, like, little animals on them? Do you remember those?
No, these are yes, but these are just, like one's like a flower, then there's just ones that are
Uh-huh.
plain with dots and 2 bows and then 2, like, oblong ones, and then there was 2 missing ones.
Uh-huh.
I know I saw some when I was listing these. I don't know what was there's 2 missing. But,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so look for that kinda stuff because easy to ship. You make a few bucks on it. That's good bread and butter stuff.
Heck
And some
yeah.
of that,
I know.
as we've learned, discontinued stuff, bath stuff, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies can be worth a lot more.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That,
Anyway, so I made a
our
sale.
female reseller of the week
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sells this kinda stuff too.
Mhm.
So, I just like watching it because I just learned so much. Like, every time one of these resellers post these things, I just
Right.
learn from it.
Mhm.
And that's, who we picked this week. Who is it, Mo? Who is it? Who's
You
our
tell
female
me. Now
reseller
I
of the
have her
week?
hold on, like, I'm putting it so I can get it
Oh,
up.
I thought you had it pulled up.
Now I have it now. Okay. It is,
It is well, I know her
Mellow State.
okay,
Yeah. Her name is Kelsey.
Mellow State
Now
Store.
I'm not familiar
Mhm.
with her because this is your pick this week, but I did follow her so I can look.
Yeah. She sells the same kind of things, like, she sells a lot of clothing and shoes and stuff, but she also sells, like, beauty supplies that she comes across, and I'm always learning, finding these
Yeah,
older discontinued type things,
right.
and it's just it's like never ending. The information is just never ending,
I'm looking
and I
at
just like watching her. her Instagrams.
I'm
It's
just scrolling
informative.
down her Instagram. She sold
You're
a
like,
Yankee Candle for $28. That's cool.
yeah,
I'll have
just
to
like
look at
these,
it.
random things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stuff that you might pass over, you know? Stuff that you might pass over.
Yep.
Um, Sometimes I do. I know I I tend to pass over some of the perfumes and smelly, or I have in the past. Now I will look for it because I don't
Uh-huh.
like that stuff. I don't like perfume. Like
Mhm.
there's very few perfumes that I can tolerate. Like they give me a
Yeah.
headache, but I will continue to look for them. I always have looked for Bath and Body Works because that, they discontinue scents all the time. So you gotta look at that stuff,
Yeah.
that. But
Exactly.
all this other stuff, man. So yeah, so
I
that's
know.
I made that kind of sale today. I'm kind of happy. I'm just happy I
I
made a sale
know.
because yesterday was a big goose egg.
Yeah,
So
I think I was telling you that I sold more on Commons,
mhm.
shopcommons.net, than I did on eBay. Like, that's crazy. Although
I
it
want to point out
was
that we are not getting paid. This is a free promotion. Shop comments. Just kidding. This is
have a little
not
sign,
sponsor.
"Shop Commons."
This is not sponsored content.
Sorry, Kevin.
No, he should
But
be
I
happy.
will
We're sorry.
well, yeah, I mean, where everybody's happy. I'm making money, Kevin's making money, I'm selling off my goods, you know?
Right.
But
Mhm.
I sold those video games, so I guess technically I had 3 sales on Commons. I sold
Mhm.
one lot of video games and the other lot
Yeah.
of video games, and then I sold,
Yeah.
some trains, like a lot of, like, trains, like Thomas and just some random
Okay. Random
train
like
pieces, I don't even
toy.
know.
Right.
Yeah, which I sell a lot of, uh, like, a lot. Yeah, like, it's insane, like, they'll sell that day. Like, soon as I list these little toys, they will all sell,
Right.
and most of the time, it's to one person. They'll, I'm shipping it in a big box to them. So I don't
Nice.
know what they're doing with them. I always wonder what the people are doing with these little toys, you know? Are
Mhm.
they putting them in the prize thing, like, at the dentist office? You know that remember the treasure box at the dentist office?
Yes. They did not have that when I
Yes.
was little. I mean, I had it from my son. I did not get a prize.
Uh-huh.
You got your toothbrush, and sorry, there's a lawnmower outside. It's very loud. It's making my train of thought. You got a toothbrush and
You got your
toothpaste.
toothbrush.
And you got a
Mhm,
prize. The prize
mhm. And
was
remember
you don't have a cavity, so you don't have to come
any
back.
cavities? Right. And then you would also get those, little red pills. Do you remember those little red tablets that would, like, stain your teeth and they would
Yeah,
attach to the plaque so you knew
where
if
you
your
didn't
teeth were
brush.
dirty?
Yeah, yeah, those things are so gross.
Yeah,
I didn't really.
I
I remember
know.
using them once when we first got them, and then I didn't do them again. Blech.
Yeah, it was kinda icky. But I remember you would get those, which
Yeah,
obviously is not good. They're probably made with red dye number 4 or 40 or whatever the bad one is, you know?
making all those hyperactive kids when we were little more hyper, more hyperactive.
Yes, exactly. I don't get the fluoride anymore at the dentist either, Mo. Do you get fluoride
No,
treatment?
no, not since I was a kid. No.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, they try to push it at my dentist,
Oh,
like,
really?
"Oh," you know mhm. They do that where you put the tray in your mouth with the
Right.
fluoride.
Yeah. Uh-uh.
I don't do it. Mm-mm.
They don't
It's
ask me.
crazy.
I know they did when I was
Oh,
little, but
yeah.
mm-mm.
Maybe yours
Bleh.
is a little more, uh, up on the
I don't need
up on the
extra
days.
fluoride. I don't need
Yeah.
any extra fluoride.
I know we we get fluoride in our water, but
Mhm.
that's a whole 'nother
So that's
podcast.
another podcast. Mo and Amy's
It
conspiracy
is. Like a
podcast.
mhm, yes, that's coming fall or coming spring 2025.
If I if I if I ever make any money, I would get one of those, do you have one? The water filter
Called
that
what?
actually takes out the fluoride and all the other stuff?
Yes, Matt wants it's called reverse osmosis. Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt
yeah.
wants one of those.
Okay, you don't have one though? Yeah.
Mhm.
I have looked
No.
into it. No, because I have a thyroid problem and fluoride's not supposed to be good for that, but I also don't wanna
Huh.
buy bottled water because that's terrible. But, yeah,
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah, there's ones, like, called Berkey and there's some other brands, but,
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I know all about that.
so
That's what Matt
well
w
well, we'll
that's what
just
Matt
start
wants.
this. Yeah, we'll just start this podcast. That'll be our next one.
Yes. Grow your own medicine? Grow your own medicine, Mo? We
Mhm.
grow,
What do you grow?
we have, uh we have all kinds of stuff. We have, like, catnip, we have mugwort, we have
Ooh.
comfrey, we have
Mhm,
all kinds of stuff. I can't think off the top of my head. And then, we do, like, microgreens too,
mhm.
which are
If
good. We like that.
I am currently currently trying to keep alive a s I think it is it a s no, it's not a spider plant. What do I have? The one with the big kind of, like, spade-looking leaves,
Spade
and then I
leaves.
have a
Is it an
snake
indoor
plant.
plant?
Yeah, uh-huh. I
I'm not
can't keep
sure.
anything outside. I have mums on my porch that I don't even have out. They're probably gonna die because I push them back, like, because I have, like, a little
Uh-huh.
not a big porch, but a little covered area because the freaking deer have ate my impatiens
Ooh,
and my begonias in my pots, so I pushed these mums back because I don't want them to eat my mums. I
right.
can't everything outside. We'd have to have, like, 10-foot chicken wire around stuff to grow. But I have a spider
Wow.
plant that hasn't died yet. The other Porthos, what is that? It's a Porthos something or other. It's an indoor plant.
Oh,
Something,
pothos.
something.
Pothos.
Pothos, yeah. Okay, that's it. Porthos
Yeah.
was a Three Musketeer, wasn't he? And,
Oh, I don't know.
and then,
Those do well.
a jade plant. I tried to get ones that I don't need to water all the time and
Yeah.
that'll do well in lower light because I don't although I get sunlight, it's not great because we have a lot of trees, so
Right.
anyway, that's about as far as I can get.
That's
We're
funny.
trying
We
again.
have
I'm
lots of
trying again.
pothos.
Mhm.
You can see
Okay,
them.
yeah.
They're all
Uh-huh.
on the
Yeah,
mantle
because 'cause
right
they're the
here.
ones that,
And then
like, trail.
this thing right here is a passion fruit plant.
Okay,
The
we
one in the
can't
I'm
see it
sure you
on our
guys can't
thing,
see it
but
on the
yeah.
podcast. Oh, yeah, it's a passion fruit. It's supposed to be outside, but we just never put it outside this year because we had volunteers. This plant is I know you guys can't see it, but a passion fruit plant is
Mhm.
so what's the word?
It's a big tree.
Invasive? What's the word?
Okay, yeah.
Invasive?
Invasive. Mhm.
Oh my gosh. It will it's crazy. Like, don't have them. 'em. Don't have
It'll
them
take over.
at all in your they take over. Like,
Yeah.
they, like, run underground, and it will pop up, like, 10 feet down from where it is, and you have to continuously pull them up. You'll never get rid of them. So, thank goodness
Our
this one's in a pot.
Yeah, our neighbors behind us, both our neighbors have bamboo.
Oh, no,
So
same.
my husband's constantly cutting bamboo down because it just
Yeah,
comes up, it
yeah.
just spreads. Like it would take over our yard. And
Uh-huh.
I tried to plant something back there years ago. Well, first of all, we
Mhm.
had like the driest summer that I tried to plant. It just what are those? They're fast growing evergreens. I forget. They all died. I said, I think they're getting choked out by the bamboo that's under there.
Oh, it
I
could
don't know.
be.
Yeah. Because I followed
Yeah.
all the directions and they should have grown because they're just easy peasy. Do you know what I mean?
Low maintenance.
They're yeah.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah,
black
bamboo
thumb,
is, it's good
it's
and bad,
terrible.
because it grows so fast. It's good for,
Right.
like, you know, what's the word? Sustainability. Like, you can grow your, wood for your buildings
But
or whatever
it'll
you're using it
right,
for
but it'll
quick.
like come through like my mom worked with, somebody who and he lived in, like, a townhouse, like, in the city, and somebody had bamboo, and it was, like, coming in his basement walls, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's
Whoa,
yeah, so, like,
that's insane.
yeah, I don't need it coming that far into my yard,
Yeah.
but my husband's always, like, cutting it
Wow.
down and stuff. Like, I don't know, like, what you gotta do, burn it to get rid of it, but they both have it. It's
Wow.
not it's not a great one for your yard because it will just take over, and we don't have pandas here to eat it,
Yeah.
so
You know, pandas.
and the deer apparently aren't eating it, so it's one thing they're not
Yeah.
eating. I mean, they've
Yeah.
eaten
It's good for
we had a,
it.
rhododendron
Mhm.
on we have, like, a bunch of bushes, and in the middle of it was a rhododendron because we had, like, trees and bushes, and it was just kind of a random rhododendron, um, amongst some other bushes. One day I went this was years ago, but I went outside and I was like, "Where'd the rhododendron go?"
Oh my
It
gosh.
was chewed to the no like, down to the ground. I was like, "They ate it."
Yeah.
And we've had a
That's
pretty dry
crazy.
summer here, so that's why they were eating my flowers. I don't they don't always come up on my porch and eat my flowers. They actually ate on my deck in the back, they ate my flowers. They came up on the deck in the pots and ate those flowers, and they don't usually do that, but I think because it's been so dry that they,
Uh-huh.
they're looking for more. Coffee's gone. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so
no. Oh, no. They're out there. At least they're not digging, for rugs in your backyard like that TikTok girl.
digging
Finding
for bodies.
finding the rug in her backyard. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Like, I was just in shock watching her, like, grow from that
Yeah,
story.
uh-huh.
Like, that's like the TikTok lottery as far as, like, growth.
But now you what do you gotta do? She gotta come up with some more stuff, dig some more she gotta dig a skull out of her backyard. For real.
Mhm. Yeah, the police came and brought an excavator or whatever it's called and dug up her
Mhm.
backyard, and they put it all back, all the dirt back, but it, like, destroyed her fire pit,
Yeah.
and, like, a tree's gone and all that, but it was insane. Like, it was insane watching it unfold, and then, like, she was, like, talking about, like, the people that are following her now. It was,
Mhm.
like, people from the Jersey Shore, like, like, I don't know if it was Snooki or
Snooky.
JWoww, but she was like, "Oh my gosh, they're following me. Obviously, it's just because of this rug."
That's hilarious.
But I know. I so it was funny. And then when we went yard sailing, because it was happening, like, I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that they were, like, trying to unearth the rug. We were at a
Yeah.
yard sale, and there was a lady selling a rug, like a brand new rug wrapped up, and Matt goes over to it and says, "What's in the rug?" Like, it's you know, because
Did she have any
that's
idea
what
what she
everybody
was
was
talking
talking about.
about? Did she know?
Well, she was sitting by the front door, so I don't know if she heard us, but it
Okay, I
is
thought he
funny.
actually asked her.
"What's in the rug?"
All I can
It
think
is
of
it
too
is
is one of those rug cleaning guys needs to get a hold of that rug now. Do you ever watch rug
no, that's what
you
she
ever
said
watch
on I
rug
think it was one of her
cleaners?
lives. Yes, she said the homicide team took the rug because she said, "I would have liked to have kept the rug and then give it to the rug guys so they could clean it." But, the but I think they took it because they had cadaver dogs come, and the
Sniffing.
cadaver dogs sat. No, like, they're supposed to sit when they detect,
And they
like, I
did?
guess, a body or blood,
Yeah. See,
and
I
they
I
sat,
I missed all this. Yeah.
and that was why.
So they sat?
Yeah,
Ooh. So
yeah.
this'll hmm.
So, that's what started it all. They sat, and so they had to bring in the team to, like, unearth the rug.
Where did she live? Where was she?
So,
She have a
she
big
lives in
backyard or is it
Columbus.
Ohio?
It looked yeah, in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, it looked like a decent sized backyard from what I could see, but it was right next
Mhm.
to the house. well, I think it was right next to the house because they were
Mhm.
putting a fence, like a fence post in, and that's when they saw
Oh,
the,
okay,
like,
so that's the
the
rug.
rug. And
Okay.
it was, like, I think, like, 2.5 feet deep because they were putting a post in. So the rug was 2.5 feet deep, or they saw the edges of the rug, and they were like, "Hmm, that's weird," and then she started talking about it on TikTok, and then it blew up. But what started it, Mo, is what I thought you would be interested in. The day before or the day it happened, she woke up to her, like, computer screen shattered. She has, like, a little office, like, in her sunroom,
Yeah.
and her computer screen was shattered, and she said stuff on her desk was where it wasn't supposed to be. Like, she was like, "This thing right here always lives on this shelf, I never move it," and it was moved, and there was,
That's
other
weird.
things, like, strewn all over, and she
Was
was
that
like
before was that after or before they found the rug?
it sounded like it was before.
That's
So,
weird.
they were digging, so I don't know if
Mhm.
she was like, I don't know if, maybe because they were doing that work to the backyard that maybe the spirits in that house were like, "Oh, no, you're gonna find some stuff," and they were mad at the homeowners for
Right.
digging?
That's
I don't know.
the theory is whenever you're doing anything, that it stirs stuff up. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. I gotta
I
follow
know.
her. As I told you,
Mhm.
I went to go on and I was completely logged out of TikTok and you know, whenever I don't know what my passwords are. Like, try and pick the same things over and over with
Yeah.
different numbers and different symbols
Yeah.
and TikTok's kind of a beast because if you have more than one TikTok, because I had one that I made for the podcast, I have one for my ghost stuff, and I have one for me. And I
Yeah.
just started using everything. And then
Mhm.
I'm like, I went to go
Yeah.
look at stuff and it wasn't there. I'm like, it was like log in. Okay, well, phone number. Well, what email did I use for each of those? And then I have to
Oh my
you know what I
gosh,
mean? Because you have
yeah.
to use a different email for each of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I
I
had
do
to log
know, but there's different
yeah.
password, and it's like, okay, well, here we're gonna send you a code. Uh, it took so
I
long. The
know.
one day I
I
just went to
think
bed,
that
but
I had to log back in too, like, for something. I think it had me
mhm,
log back in. So maybe it was doing some kinda update or something.
yeah, it must have
I'm
done
new to
something.
TikTok, so
You're
well,
kind of new.
I'm new again. I'm new again since I
Yeah,
got kicked
but
off. But
I
I'm, like,
hadn't it hadn't done
obsessed.
that
I'm
to me
obsessed with
before.
growing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it hadn't done that to me
it wasn't
before, and
me.
I was like, "Ugh." So
The
I
ghosts
haven't watched it, so I gotta.
at the fort were, trying to get into your TikTok, and they logged you
No,
out.
the I'm just yeah, I wanted to look at it and then I was just too tired. So, but I am back in it, so I have to look at it after this. Just so I can at least get the updates, like if there was like body in there. Well, obviously, maybe there wasn't a body, but maybe what's left,
Some
something.
some blood. And then once you start watching it, she has like a thing on the top where you can watch all the parts to it.
Yeah.
And then people have been like sending her messages that there was a missing person from Columbus that was, walking around some neighborhood. I don't know if it was her neighborhood, but they never found the person. So now she's obsessed with trying to find like the story on this person.
Right.
So
Well, she's got to look up
who
her
knows?
house. Like she has to look up who lived in her house before she did. Like
Oh,
who
she
lived
already
there?
did all that too.
Did she?
She
Okay.
talked to the realtor. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
like
talked to
she
the
needs to look
realtor
up
that they
who
bought
lived
it from.
there, and I mean, even if like if
Mhm.
it wasn't a body, maybe it was just that's where they were murdered. There's blood on it, you know?
Exactly.
Ooh,
It's
true
intriguing.
crime
I wanna know.
unfolding. Mhm.
It is. She's gonna, she was like, "If I don't get on a podcast about, like, true crime, I need to be a guest on a true crime podcast."
For real. Something's fishy.
Exactly.
People don't just bury rugs. I don't it's weird, you know?
Exactly.
You don't
And it
just
it sounded like it was a long rug too, like a dining room rug or something, like, it wasn't like a backdoor rug, you know?
that's what I pictured in my head, like a big rug, not a little one.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
I mean, now
Yeah.
that you said it, I wasn't picturing yeah, I was picturing a big rug. I was picturing a big rug with somebody rolled up in it, but
So I think she was too. I think
yeah.
so. Like,
I mean,
could
that's
you
where
imagine?
everybody's mind goes, right? You hear a rug buried, that's weird. Like, because if I was
It
getting rid of a
is.
rug, it's just gonna go out to the trash. Like, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it out
not
on
in
the
my
trash.
backyard.
No,
Yeah, and
I'm not
yep,
burying it. Like, why else are you burying it, you know?
and
That's
there
weird.
was a tree, like a young tree, on top of it that was planted, and it was called a bloodgood tree. So,
Oh.
well,
Ooh.
I'll let I won't say any more. I'll let you deep dive into it because
I gotta get
it's
on and
interesting.
look.
Mhm.
There goes my day.
Yeah. No, it's not that long. And then,
I
you
was
can fast forward, through it. You just hold it
mhm.
down and zip through it.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So I'm obsessed with my TikTok account now, trying to, like, grow it.
grow it.
Because now that I figured out what I did wrong, I'm like, I'm trying to grow it, and I'm, like, researching how to get your TikTok to, like, get more views and stuff like that, like, what
Right.
because it seems like every platform is different, and I just it's
Mhm.
so convoluted, like,
Mhm.
I feel like, I know well, not know, but I know what, like, shorts do well on YouTube, like, as
Right.
far as with the views that I'm getting, like, I can see, like,
Yes.
okay, these are the things that I need to keep doing and not do,
Right.
and then TikTok is one thing, and then Instagram Reels, I can't I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I can have the same content and it just doesn't hit on Instagram. I'm sure people are not here to hear about my
Well, I mean,
my problems, but it's
it's
just
all part
strange.
of it, selling and then content creation. I
Yeah,
feel like
just interesting.
our, um like, when I
Or
look
what?
at this channel and first of all, again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and who has been watching. We
Yeah,
have some goals and we're getting close to them. But
I know every day.
out of our, you know, top content in the last, uh, 28 days, uh,
Yeah.
3 out of 5 are shorts,
Uh-huh.
you know?
That's good. Mhm.
Getting like,
I
a few hundred views on a short.
Yeah.
I don't, well, I mean, you get it, but I don't know. I like short
You don't watch
content.
shorts at all?
I do. I watch a lot of shorts.
Uh-huh.
I guess I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's the hook. It's the hook at the beginning.
Mhm.
It's just what it's got that hook, that four-word hook that keeps
I
people,
don't even know if
you
I've been
know?
putting a hook on the shorts. I'm just like, let me find something that's interesting that we talked about and clip it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's, like, part of it is, like, growing and learning and adapting and changing and evolving, you know?
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
like about it, 'cause,
Mhm.
I could go back to, like, my old stuff and I'm like, "Oh, I can see why I didn't get the views or did get the views," but,
Right.
I'm still learning
Right.
because there'll be things that I think will do well. Like, I posted a short that it was supposed to be in my, like, scheduled, fast box or whatever, I don't know, but I accidentally scheduled it before I did all of my, like, thumbnail parts and tags and all this other stuff. It
Right.
accidentally, posted at noon on a Saturday or something, noon, and
Uh-huh.
that's not the time that I post. And
Right.
I was just like, where I was getting comments and stuff, and I was like, "What are these comments about?"
Mhm.
And I go to look at my shorts, and it this video posted, and it was already at, like, 7.6K, and I didn't even plan for it to,
Wow.
like, drop or anything. I mean, and that's a lot for me. So the thumbnail wasn't even a thumbnail, it was just like a freeze frame of whatever I was talking about.
Right.
I don't know. It was random.
Well, maybe that's
Well,
a good
I'm sure
time
it
to
wasn't.
post. Noon on a
I
Saturday.
guess. See? I'm always Yeah, I think it was a Saturday. It was just random. I don't know. Whatever. But
That's crazy.
I'm just always
I
learning.
know.
I
So
know. Thanks so much for watching and check out more of our videos right here. We're flipping out.